good diet and nutrition, have protein shakes before surgery to get them into, the body can be in a healing mode. Obviously, no smoking.
Mm-hmm.
So at least 4 weeks prior surgery, 4 weeks after. A lot of people don't understand the why the no smoking rule, right? It's not. So we all know about smoking and lung cancer. So especially in cosmetic surgery, it's not about that. It's about the nicotine that's present in cigarette smoke or the nicotine gums or vaping. So the nicotine causes spasms of small blood vessels that supply the skin. So when you're healing from a surgery, there's just not enough blood supply coming in to the small blood vessels have gone to spasm. So wounds don't heal. You get seromas, incisions break down, literally chunks of skin can die.
Oh my goodness.
That's why all surgeons are very strict about no nicotine in the system, to the point that a lot of them mandatorily test everyone's blood cotinine level on the day of surgery.
Got it. Interesting. And I guess my last question is, have you been seeing kind of more of this, an interest in this surgery as we got into summer, or maybe as we got out of, COVID, or, have you been seeing any trends with that?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, for sure. So typically as a plastic surgeon, these surgeries are done a lot in Jan, Feb, March, April, leading up to summer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because patients want to enjoy the summer. This has been a unique year. And with this year particularly, a lot of patients going back to work, going back to a physical office starting in September, we have been busy all throughout. So right now with COVID and people working from home, the recovery time is now 3 days technically before they can get back to work. Because they can work, they can be recovering from home and working on a computer versus physically going into an office in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So this has been a very popular time.
Well, that's good. And one more question. What kind of liposuction do you use? Because I always get kind of confused with all the different, laser assisted and all that.
So laser assisted, in my opinion, is kind of fallen off the favor a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of radio frequency assisted liposuction. But I do that for patients who have a significant amount of loose skin. For most patients, for their flank area, I just do power-assisted liposuction without an extra component of skin tightening. And they do fine with that. But for patients who have some loose skin, I add the radio frequency component to it.
Got it.
I have the machine called Body Tight.
Got it. Well, this is great.
And as another trend for it, so again, thinking about the comprehensive 360 contouring, right? So it's liposuction. And also some fat transfer to the hip dip area. A lot of patients have, it's not necessarily a full buttock augmentation, but they have the lateral buttock called the hip dip area. So putting a judicious amount of fat transfer in the area, along with the liposuction and the tummy tuck, really shapes a very nice curvy body.
Great.
And I'm not talking about doing giant buttock fat transfers, because for that we should not do it combined with abdominoplasty. But if it's the lateral buttock area, creating the nice curve, that's been extremely popular.
Got it. Well, thank you. I learned so much on this, and it was really nice to connect with you. Hopefully we'll see each other again once, hopefully everything's back to normal now, but yeah, in the fall.
Yeah, absolutely. So was that sufficient information for you?
I think so, yeah.
I had a couple more points that I do different in terms of making the recovery a little bit faster and smoother. For all my tummy tuck patients, I inject something called Exparel, which is a long-acting local anesthetic, into the muscle area where I do the muscle plication and also the skin incision. So that gives you numbing in the area for 72 hours.
Got it.
Patients are able to get up and move faster, use less narcotic pain meds, and generate a much more smoother recovery.
Interesting. Very interesting. Thank you. Is there anything else you think I'm missing or that you'd like to note?
There's one more thing about the telltale sign of a tummy tuck is your belly button.
Mm-hmm. The
tummy tuck incision itself is well hidden in the bikini line, right? But your belly button is out there for everybody to see. So special techniques have to be used to make sure that the belly button scar is really tucked in. And so, just from a patient's perspective, they really should focus on each surgeon's belly button results, what that looks like when they're taking out a surgeon.
Right. No, that's a really good tip to look for.